There's something about love that we won't ever understand. Basically consists of, giving your all. You're giving your all without expecting back. That's what, everybody else thinks, I guess, true love should be, right? But it's not really the case. The real deal is that no matter how confident, you're still insecure. And no matter how stupid or little your insecurities may be, in somebody else's eyes, those could be huge things. Those could be huge things that, depending on where you stand in a relationship, that person can see that as a fault, as a weakness, and most people don't like to see other people's weaknesses. When you get somebody, you don't have any weaknesses. They don't know you. They don't know your past. You let them know about you based on what you consider telling them that's good. Because like I've always said, everybody wants to know about the good things in life. And there is one thing about love that we can never forget, and it stems from a Tool lyric. The song "Push It." If you remember, one of the very last lyrics is "There is no love in fear." And I stand so firm on that phrase. There is no love in fear. If somebody's afraid of you, or if you're afraid of getting hurt, it's not love. It's a disaster. Love is a very precious thing. Being in love can be a tormenting thing. It's like a child. You can't give up on it. You don't want to give up on it. But when it gives up on you, it hurts. It twists you and turns you into somebody else, because you just can't believe that it is happening to you. Especially when it's been a long time. You built a whole relationship based on what you've gained, what you've learned, the experiences you've shared. All those things kind of mean nothing at one point. They mean nothing because all you can think about is this problem. Can you solve it? Do they want to resolve it? And after a while, it's just like, I don't want to live a whole life trying to resolve an issue. It shouldn't be about that. It should be about having a good time, doing new things, and sharing new experiences. You try to do things that celebrate, to help you remember that your love means something. And then when somebody else considers it routine, it's almost as if they're telling you that your love together is a routine. It should never be like that. Never try to control somebody. Never tell them what they can and can't do. Never try to teach somebody anything, because then it's just like it means make it seems like you're better than them, and you can't do that in a love relationship. There's only so much certain people want to do to work things out. One moment you could be making love. One moment you could be talking about marriage and kids, and the next moment they're gone. And sometimes even faster, they've already found somebody else, because they're trying to cling on to something that's going to ground them and to keep them away from the thoughts. We all know what these thoughts are. These thoughts are, every single memory you've ever made in the last however long it took you to make those memories. And sometimes life changes happen. Sometimes people's schedules change, and there's just not enough time to, bridge the gap, to make things somewhat normal. Because when you're used to one way of doing things, and that becomes a good routine, and then everything changes on you. Maybe for one person it's better, maybe for the other person it's hell. It takes two people to make one relationship work. You have to stick together. If you don't stick together, then what's the point of loving? can't love somebody that doesn't want to be loved. You can't expect love from somebody that doesn't have any love to give. All you can do is be yourself, regardless of what they think of you anymore. You can't let arguments, anger, and your emotions get out of control. And when two people break up, there's little to no chance that there's ever going to be friendship, at least for a long time, because it takes a long time to kind of forget a long time. You know, and especially if you try to be friends right after the breakup, you know, it's just like everything that you're feeling is emotion. You know, and then of course you're basing that friendship off of emotions, and that's especially when somebody else is new is in the picture. What are you supposed to do? Well, of course, the normal reaction of somebody who's jealous that just, you know, got dumped is you want to know who it is, why. Why are they better than me? Why are they better than me in what aspects? And where did I go wrong? And there's all this self-tyranny. Self-tyranny, we just stab ourselves. We stab ourselves inside trying to figure out what we did wrong. And then it's just like, after a while, we forget. We gotta step back. Wait a second. If this person is willing to jump into a relationship so soon, what does that say about them? Well, it doesn't mean you can really say anything to them about it, because they're not going to listen. They're doing their own thing. And you can say all the mean and hurtful things inside to try to justify what you're thinking and feeling, but you know, there's just no use in getting angry. There's no use in getting upset. Yeah, you're sad. Yeah, you're pissed off because it's over. But you gotta deal with it. Some people deal with it by sleeping with people. Some people deal with it by getting involved with other people. Some people just don't want to deal with relationships, and they push others away. Love is a very beautiful thing. Love can be very ugly at times too. Love can be what's left in an ashtray. Or love can be the beautiful scent in the air. Love can be the beautiful butterfly. But love can be the smear on the windshield. It's like two people sitting in the same room, yelling and screaming at each other. Nobody gets hurt. We call that hell. Why is it hell? Because nothing ever gets accomplished. It's the same problem. It's the same story. The same ending. Yeah, you can dream of beautiful futures. You can dream of positive endings. Where things just aren't as ugly. But, you know, it takes two really mature people to coexist in the same reality, despite their differences, despite their needs and their wants. It really does take teamwork. And if there is no teamwork, and one person just can't do it anymore, can't do it anymore, can't do it anymore, they could say you've lost faith, but what's the point of telling them they've lost faith? What's the point of telling them anything? It's best just not to say anything. You don't want to be rude by just ignoring it, but you know, it's like every word that you say might come out of your mouth. They may not even care. And who wants to feel like they're not being hurt, you know? Nobody. It's just not fair. So, of course, you go on with your life expecting nothing. It's probably usually where you'll find something. There is no love and fear. You'll never love anybody if they're afraid of you. Can never love you if they're afraid of you hurting them. Promises get broken. Relationships fall apart. People move on.